Hello, my name is Jack Wallen, and I would like to welcome you to
Zombie Theater.
In a very special episode of Zombie Theater, I'm going to read to you from my upcoming book, Lie, Zombie, Lie. This book is part of the I, Zombie series, and will be released this summer, 2012. I will be reading to you from my trusty Kindle. Yay, Kindle! And now, Lie, Zombie, Lie. It begins anew. November 16, 2016. The first snow was both a harbinger of hardship to come, as well as a blanket of pure hope covering the landscape. That blanket covered the bits and pieces of fallen friends and the fragments and shards of the zombie horde laid waste by the detonated hellfire grenades strapped to Dr. Michaels. Her suicide saved my life. Had she not made that sacrifice, the moaners and screamers would have breached the walls of the house and ripped me and my baby to bits. Thankfully, that snow hid all that from sight. When the first snow of last year hit, it was accompanied by the gray ash of death brought about by Dr. Lindsay Godwin's quantum fusion generator. Even with the comfort of innocent snow falling, being alone with a child in tow was an exercise in constant fear, especially when the undead were everywhere. They always return. The supply of the walking dead was never ending. At least now they only arrived in drips and drabs instead of waves and platoons. But the constant presence of the zombies brings with it an undertow of dread. They should have started dying off. Instead, it seemed the walking dead were multiplying like undead rabbits. Time has become completely irrelevant. The apocalypse laughed at Father Time, mocked him, flipped him off. But the apocalypse was facing a foe like no other. A pissed-off mother with a secret weapon for a baby. That's me, Bethany Nitshimi. I had every intention of bitch-slapping this apocalypse right back down the throat of the Zero-Day Collective. Looks like I would have my chance now. A small gathering of moaners was just outside the house. Shh. It's okay, Jacob. What has Mama told you about crying when there are zombies near? I rocked baby Jacob smoothly and quickly. The small collection of moaners had the cries of my child in their ears and wouldn't rest until they had the fresh meat in their mouths. Over my dead body. I probably shouldn't have said that. The sounds of the gang of monsters drifted into the open house. The front door had been ripped off its hinges. The glass of the windows shattered. Me and baby Jacob were tucked inside an upstairs bedroom as far away from the front door as possible. Jacob cried out again. I popped a pacifier in his mouth to silence the sound. It's not going to end like this, Jake. I could have dragged Jacob back up into the attic, but that was nothing more than a dead end waiting to come true. No way. My modus operandi was to beat these bitches back into the ground from which they came. A crash from below shattered the gentle moment between me and my little guy. I sucked in a deep breath and held life within my lungs. I locked my eyes onto Jacob as he smiled up from my arms. Jacob sucked the rubber nub in his mouth as if it contained the very essence of life. The moan below was joined by another, and another, and another. The sum total of death below grew to 5. I could live with those odds. I'd lived through much worse.